I was going to nominate Phish with a PH fan.
Now, why is this? Why would you say Phish have terrible fans?
Well,
this is what
I
I'll
would
say.
say because
I think Phish have terrible music. I like everything about the band Phish except for the sounds that their instruments make. They take care of their fans. They do weekend things, a whole festival. They got their own radio station going, surprise shows. They cover Loaded, Velvet. You go see Phish, suddenly they do a whole cover of the Velvet Underground album, Loaded. I like that. Except I don't like their music. It's like the Grateful Dead crossed with, like, literally barbershop quartets. They actually do barbershop quartet stuff on stage. But what about the fans? Why are the fans? What about the fans drives you nuts?
It's the fact that they are evangelical true believers who can only access life through the lens of their favorite band.
I see what you're saying. You say once they sign up for Phish, they can't take in nothing else.
Right.
That drives you.
And they
the wall.
simultaneously have a victimhood complex because they know people don't like them, and they know that their band is never going to transcend its genre or be as good as, say, like the Grateful Dead or something.
I don't know if that's that much of a deal with them. I think they're pretty happy. I think these Phish fans are pretty happy.
But if you push back on them in the least bit, they, I mean, you were on the, Analyze Phish podcast. I mean, Harris was so desperate to get people to like his
the late great Harris Wittels. I will say this. Many people talk about the podcast Analyze Phish as being one of the all-time best, and I agree. It was one of the all-time best podcasts. The late great Harris Wittels talking about the band Phish, trying to convert fans, coerce people into liking it. I did an episode that many think is, or know, is the best episode of Analyze Phish. Am I going to argue with it? No, it's the best one. Harris, I got along with Harris, and I love music, and he wanted to win me over because Harris loved The Best Show so much. I met Harris when he wrote on the Sarah Silverman show. We were shooting on the Paramount lot, and Sarah Silverman said to me, "There's a guy who works on the show. He'd love to meet you." I met this young guy, Harris Wittels, sweetheart. Then I learned who he was. Super funny. Loved him to death. Greatest guy. Just so funny. Was such a true sweetheart. And then I went on Analyze Phish, and it was so much fun because he was really trying to get me to like Phish. And he'd be like, "You like The Who? Check this song out. 14 minutes." He literally said at one point, 14 minutes in, this song starts to sound like The Who. Well, if I listen to a Who song, it sounds like The Who from the first second. Why should I pick anything that takes 14 minutes to sound like something I'd like? Yeah, I loved him, Harris. What a sad thing, but I'm so glad I got to do that podcast. The best episode of his show. Undeniable.
You might be the best thing about Phish.
Oh, that's the sweetest thing you ever said, Mike from Minneapolis.